Welcome back to Theme Park Wizard. Today we're going to talk about how the Disney parks are closed indefinitely, and other theme park closures as well. First off, let's start off with the news. Disney parks are closed indefinitely. They announced that decision on Friday. Universal Parks announced that they'll be closed until April 19th on both coasts. And today, Magic Mountain announced that they will follow Cedar Fair's lead. And this is the whole Six Flags chain as a whole, and be closed until Midway or thereafter. So, say May 15th, but if things are still bad, then afterwards. And that's the status update. And SeaWorld's closed indefinitely, of course, as I linked in that other video. I'll link it up above, with 90% of their workforce furloughed. But it's important to note that Disney is paying their cast members until at least April 18th. Not sure if they're going to do it till afterwards. I think maybe they're just going to, again, following Universal's lead. And we'll see what the situation is then, because again, that is still 18 days away. And I did see an article today that the coronavirus cases have stopped or have slowed down over the past weekend for South Korea, Italy, New York even, and Europe. Parts of Europe and Spain and Italy. So that's a good sign. Again, there's still a long way to go, but you never know. If people just continue social distancing for the next few weeks, now, by April 19th could be significantly better. They could be ready to reopen sooner than June 1st. And I say June 1st because that is the date that Disneyland and Walt Disney World are currently accepting reservations for hotels and dining reservations. So they expect to be open by June 1st. At least it seems like to be internally. They seem to be ready to open by June 1st. Yeah, but yeah, it's better to overshoot a target than to keep extending things. Universal's taking the every couple weeks approach, and Universal actually is going with the City of LA. City of LA said stay-at-home orders until April 19th. And Universal just followed that. So they're doing the extending approach, whereas Knott's and Six Flags are doing the overshooting approach, saying mid-May or thereafter. Not promising a mid-May reopening, but they're hoping a mid-May reopening. And if not, then thereafter. Whereas Disney, it says closed until further notice, but it seems internally they're saying June 1st. But all in all, again, if we keep social distancing and we have fewer and fewer cases every day, we may be ready to open, or these parks may be ready to open in Midway, earlier than Midway, or potentially April 19th. And I say potentially April 19th because the President, or the United States, declared social distancing guidelines to go through at least April 30th. But these are, if you look at the articles, it's not a mandatory thing. It's a voluntary thing through April 30th. And it says, it really says it depends on the conditions of each state. State by state, they can make their own rules and their own things. So if a situation's better in a certain state than one, then they can reopen earlier. And even if things get better by April 30th, I mean, I'm sure the United States will pull that back. But either way, Disney, like I said, is paying its employees, and some significant pay cuts are coming as well. We have Bob Iger foregoing 100% of his salary, Chapek 50% of his salary, and then top level VIPs and managers or VPs 30%. There's 30% of their salaries, and then some managers 20% of their salaries. And this is just the first start of cuts, unfortunately. If this especially continues into past June or till June, it gets worse, does not get better, then it will the pay cuts will keep going down the pyramid, or keep going down the ladder, eventually getting to the hourly employees, which case we may see some furloughs. And if that will happen, I feel like that will happen on that April 19th date. Because they say they'll pay people till April 18th. No. I feel like if it's not improving, the situation's getting worse, it feels like it's going to be even farther ahead, more months to reopening, then I feel like that's when the furloughs will start. Just like, not 90% of the workforce, but definitely some hourly workers will get potentially furloughed or at least pay cuts, which is unfortunate, and which is why we definitely need to get back to work. So that is the news for today. What do you guys think of this developing situation? The top level CEOs taking pay cuts, and what do you think of all this going on right now? And most importantly, when do you guys think the parks will be reopened? Comment your thoughts below, and as always, have a fantastic day.